What is up, YouTube? And today we're going to be talking about the game that you see on your screen here. It is the sequel to Girls Frontline, Girls Frontline 2 Exilium. Now, Girls Frontline 2 Exilium is a 3D strategy RPG gacha available on both Android and iOS, and also will be playable on Steam and have their own PC client to make mobile and PC gaming both very easy. It's turn-based combat and also will have lots of collectible dolls and is very free-to-play friendly. If at any point in this video you are interested, make sure to download using my link in the description, and also please make sure to follow the official social medias for this game, because by doing so, you'll get updated and you'll also get a ton of rewards. Now, it's the best time to start playing because there's actually two really good banners running. We have the new character Nikketa, which is a very good damage dealer. You're going to see that she does a ton of damage when you use her, and if you actually pull for her, you'll actually get access to buy her outfit, which is going to be one of the best outfits in the game in my opinion. Dance like the blazing sun. It's a summer themed outfit, and you can see the outfits in this game have a lot of artwork that goes into it. Now, we also have another character in Yuhi. Yuhi is being rerun. She is of the physical element, and she is going to be a very good support character. Her outfit is the Miracle Sweetheart, and this is one of my favorite outfits, and she is a very good doll. Not only does she look amazing, but her support capabilities with her buffing will make your account progression seamless if you actually get her. Now, both of these characters are very good. I actually recommend getting both. You get a very good support, and you also get a very good hydro damage dealer in Nikketa. And also you'll see that there is a rate up banner for this elite weapon. Now, this weapon is going to be very good for Nikketa, so I highly recommend going for this as well if you can, just because this Guardian Silverwing will make her do a ton more damage. But before we go any further, I'm going to show you guys the summoning process. So basically, with your summons, you can choose to summon on whatever banner you want. We're going to summon on Nikketa here because she is the new character, and I do want to reach the pity because I'm so very close. And basically, this is the animation with the helicopter flying down. You can see it looks amazing. And by opening the door here, you will be able to acquire what we actually summon. So we get a shotgun, which is nice. But basically, you can summon one at a time, or you can summon 10 at a time like so. And you can also skip the animation if you'd want, and you'll see that you can get basically everything in one 10 pull. And you get Krolik here, which is a character that, a doll that is pretty decent as well. And let's keep going. We're 21 away from the pity, and we do get Nikketa here. So Nikketa here is going to be a very good character, like I mentioned, a very good DPS, so you definitely want to make sure that you actually go for her once you start playing, because she is absolutely amazing. So the banners are a big reason why you want to start playing. They have really good characters and a very good weapon that's accessible, but also you'll see that there is going to be an event that is running X Umbra. This event will give you a ton of intel, which you can use in the exchange shop to get a lot of mats. This will jumpstart your account. You can also get access permissions, which are basically summons or targeted access permissions to actually go for the limited time banners. And basically the way you will get this intel is by playing through the challenges or the story, and these are basically going to be stages that are going to have you play through, defeat enemies, and just claim your rewards that way. So I'll show you guys the event and actually the gameplay by doing so. So it's actually used Nikketa here, and what's also used Yuhi. And you're going to see that she basically is going to be a very good support for Nikketa, who is a very good damage dealer. Now, let's actually play through. So you're going to see that you can actually play through manual or through auto. And I'm just going to show you guys the animations really quick. You can kind of see how the event works out. You're on a map, and you want to basically kill the enemies, so that way you can win the stage. And you can either, play manual or auto. I'll show you guys. You can move manually here through turn-based combat, press one of your abilities and target something, and basically use your ability. And in this situation, you'll see Nikketa's animation. Sniper animation will just one shot. And if you want to auto, you press the auto button, and you'll see that your team will take their turn. The animations for every single doll in this game look stellar, but the ones, especially for Nikketa and Yuhi, the ones that are on the banner are kind of stand out to me, to be honest. And if we get to Yuhi's turn, you're going to see that she's going to start dancing, I believe. Here she goes, she starts dancing, and then she's going to start buffing our team. And that's Yuhi's animation looks super cute and super funny, so yeah. So those are the animations for Nikketa and Yuhi, and this is the X Umbra event. Super fun, you can get a ton of rewards that way. And it's also great to start playing now because, talking about rewards, by signing up you get a ton of release rewards. You'll get 30 access permissions or summons. You'll also be able to get some outfits for your dolls from the achievement shop, like the one you see on your screen here, while also receiving a ton of in-game mail gifts, including 400 crystal bars. There also will be a check-in event and rewards for new players, and you'll get 120 free summons to pull for all of these amazing dolls. And you can even get dolls such as her, Groza, by doing the login and the missions that will show up every day. So by doing those daily, you'll be able to complete them and then access rewards, and Groza will be available for one of them. And she's a pretty good physical, kind of like a tank counterattacker, which is pretty interesting. And you're gonna see, you know, she's holding this assault rifle, right? So this is another thing in the game that we're gonna talk about. So you know how we talked about that weapon banner earlier? Well, that weapon banner for Guardian Silverwing, there's also going to be a ton of other weapons. You can see this is the Guerno, and it's not just weapons that you equip, but you customize them. You'll see that there are attachments that you can actually basically modify. There's suppressors, there's going to be scopes and red dots. They will all, you know, increase your stats. You have to mix and match to get that perfect combination. There's going to be foregrips for this assault rifle. There's even going to be some other stuff that you can equip, which makes it so that you can customize your weapon to actually give you the perfect loadout to match your stats and give you like set bonuses to even make you do more damage and have extra effects. Now there's other types of weapons. It's not like you're only using assault rifles. For example, if we look at Nemesis here, she's holding a sniper, which looks amazing. And we also have even a blade here, which will have pretty much the same system where you're using attachments. But of course, you're not going to apply like a red dot, right? You're going to have these edges that you equip, or even these balancers, or like paws and stuff like that, rivets that you'll apply as well. So it's going to be different for every weapon, but you can see you can mix and match and get your perfect weapon. And you can do what I'm doing, just press quick equip, and it'll pretty much give you like the best combination that the game thinks and give you a pretty good weapon that way if you don't want to think about it too much. But yeah, there's a lot of customization. You can see, you know, the dolls in this game look amazing and the outfits look even more amazing as well. But if you want to interact with your dolls, there's actually a way to do it rather than, you know, just looking at them in your inventory or the refitting room, as this game calls it. So if you go into the public area, you'll see that there is a dormitory. And if you go in the dormitory, you'll see that there's going to be basically the dorms for every single doll that you collect. And you'll also be able to interact with them, change their outfit, give them gifts and stuff like that. So if we look at the dolls on the featured banner, for example, let's go to Nikketa first. You're going to see that she is in her outfit. You can switch it to her regular one by removing it and putting on her basic skin, basically. And you'll be able to interact with them by leveling them up. You will unlock these poses that you can see. You can have, you know, like watch them do a deep sleep, if that's what you're into, some entertainment and stuff like that. So that's like Nikketa's with her dance, like the Blazing Sun skin. If you go to a different one, such as, let's look at Yuhi, right? Because she's also on the banner, if I can find her. You can see that she's also in her skin. So not only do you get a very good support, but you get, you know, this doll that is very, very cute, right? And of course, you can also change their accessories on their outfit if you like, and kind of customize it as you wish, and, you know, just whatever you would want to do. And basically, you know, you could change their poses, like I said, with Nikketa, and they're gonna be, you know, you can see she's dancing now. Very, very cool. And there's gonna be a ton of different characters that you can actually, you know, in your dorm, basically just, you know, see. Let's look at one more. Let's look at one that we haven't seen before. Let's look at Suomi. And basically you're going to see that it's pretty much the same thing. She also has a summer outfit, which is why we're showcasing, because it is the summer season. Sparkling ocean. But you can see there's different poses, like I said, and they're all going to be kind of different for each doll. Her favorite one, or my favorite one for her, is going to be listening to music, which looks pretty funny. And you can see, you know, it's just a way to interact with your characters, give them gifts as well, and even raise your affinity to become more closer. Another outfit that a lot of people are into is Sabrina's. Her Strawberry Z is what I'm going to call it, her outfit. And you're going to see that it's another summer-based one, and she also has a lot of different poses and stuff that you can actually, you know, see her in, which is up to you. But, you know, this is a very popular one, and I think she's also very strong. So, you know, if you do decide to use her Her outfit is it's a good one, that's all I'll say. But my personal favorite character is actually going to be Tololo. So this is actually one of the ones that I like. She looks a little bit more classy. Her outfit is going to be also another summer one. I actually don't have it equipped right now, but if we do put it on, you can see that this is what she looks like in it. And basically, you can see that, you know, her poses are going to be also different from the other characters that, you know, you can also interact with. But if you guys are into games where you don't only just summon your characters, but you want to interact with them and in the way that you can in this game with your dolls, then Girls Frontline 2 is gonna be the game for you. So yeah, you know, if you ever want to, you know, play with friends as well, there's a way to do that. There's something called platoons in this game, where basically it's like a guild or a clan. You can register one and create one with your own name for it. You can add, you know, different tags. You know, are you PvP focused? Do you want veterans? Do you want newbies? Right? Or you can join one as well. Now, you don't have to play with friends to actually make one and join one. You can meet friends here. Games like this are a great way to meet other players that, you know, play the game and share similar interests. So if you're looking to meet friends or you want to play with the friends that you already have, using the platoon system is a great way to do so, because not only can you play together, but you can get a ton of rewards together as well. Now, if you're ever worried about how much content is in this game, there is actually going to be a ton of stuff that you can do. So for example here, if we go to the combat simulations, there's going to be a ton of different boss fights and like mini bosses that you can do, which are going to be pretty much like side content that will also give you a ton of mats and allow you to progress through the game by farming these materials to upgrade your dolls and even your weapons. There are even some mini games that release that you can also do, which are super fun. So I highly recommend, you know, playing through these and just, you know, kind of exploring and seeing what you enjoy. Now, of course, there's also the normal campaigns. So basically in campaigns, there's like these stages, pretty much with every other game. At the end though, there's going to be boss fights, and you're going to see that these boss fights have pretty cool cutscenes. You can see, you know, the gameplay itself is also fun, but the story behind it is also very interesting. So I highly recommend, you know, like cutscenes like this, just watching through the first time, because there's a lot of, you know, effort that went into this, you know, cutscene, as you can see, because it's visually stunning. And if you don't want to watch it because, you know, you're not interested in stories, you can skip it at the top right here. But like I recommend, you know, watching the cutscenes for the first time is definitely going to be the best way to actually understand the story of the game and play through it. Now, let's talk more about the combat. So you can see at the left here, there's like these like missions, like these stars that you want to do. This is important to do to, you know, get max rewards. But more importantly, these monsters that you fight, if you click on them, you're going to see that they have like different, you know, stats, which you can strategize against. You can also see their skills, which you can also plan around. And more importantly, you'll see their weaknesses. They're going to be weaker to certain elements. So for example, here, this Bellator 137 is weak to Hydro, which is going to be Nikketa's element. So that's why I'm going to put her right in front, and she'll be able to do more damage because of her elemental advantage, which is very important to take advantage of, obviously, because it just makes you do more damage here. And this is going to be introducing the bosses. You can see it looks pretty badass. Bellator 137 and 212, and like I said, you can play through it manually. I think he's behind the wall, so we'll walk over here and then hit him, and this should do a decent amount of damage. This is Nikketa's animation. I say that, but I didn't read his skills, which is definitely why you want to read their skills. But you know, you can always auto through. You'll see the animations, like I said, for all of the dolls in this game look absolutely stunning. And basically we're playing through here. I think this girl has like a bike. Yeah, here we go. And she is going to wipe the floor and kill everything with this AoE ability. So you can see some characters will specialize in single target, some in AoE, so you definitely want to make sure that you plan around your team comp and just bring what dolls are best for the stage based off of the bosses and monsters you're fighting. And this is another cutscene. Let's skip through it for the sake of time here. But this is pretty much the stage, and this is going to be the victory screen, which is very nice. And that is going to be basically how you play through the campaign. But yeah, guys, that is basically it for Girls Frontline 2. I kind of talked about things pretty briefly. There's a lot more stuff that's in depth. There's a ton of great rewards for just playing through all these events that are always running, which I highly recommend. You know, playing through, there's like a check-in event as well, like I mentioned. So definitely, if you guys have any interest at all in trying out this game, please download through the link in the description. And also, please make sure to follow the official social medias, because not only will you get official updates on, you know, different events that come out or different banners, but also you'll get rewards from doing so as well. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in game in Girls Frontline 2 Exilium. Peace.